right. The monster squad gonna move tonight. Let's get Dracula, now the Wolfman too. Mommy and the creature from the Black Lagoon. We need silver bullets, we need wooden sticks. Normal stuff won't stop because they live on hate. Speak some magic words from the virgin's lips.
Hello, boys and ghouls, maniacs of the macabre, freaks of the fright. It is your humble and hearty host of horror, the Horror Heathen, for the Horror Heathen YouTube channel and the podcast South Jersey Horror. I'm back, baby. It's been a minute, and I hope you all enjoyed your Christmas and your New Year's because I am ready to dive back into the interviews. Today, I have a very special guest, an honored guest on my show today, Mr. Ryan Lambert, and which you all know from who plays Rudy in the Monster Squad, one of my favorite childhood movies of all time. And it's one of those movies I just cannot stop watching. So Rudy, you are an actor, a writer, and a musician, and you are best known for your role as the iconic cool Rudy in the cult hit Monster Squad from 1987. Recently, you co-hosted the digital short film series Short Ends with Andre Gower for Nerdist Legendary Studios. That I can't wait to see that. I really can't. Along with your numerous television and film credits for years as a lead performer on the syndicated hit show Kids Incorporated, which has cemented your place in pop culture history. Currently, you can be found recording music, watching the LA Dodgers. Boo, I'm just kidding. And celebrating the anniversaries of the Monster Squad with legions of loyal fans at appearances, conventions, and screenings. And yes, is that an R2D2 cap? That is amazing. That's awesome.
It is. Goes with my R2D2 mug.
And you just the Monster Squad just celebrated the 35th anniversary, right? Or was that last year? So
last.
That's fantastic. I feel old as dirt now. Oh my god, 35
You
years.
do. What are you kidding? You do.
No, you're like, you have no room to talk, man. Just shut up.
You have no idea what you're talking about.
So you've won an award, the Young Artist Award for Outstanding Young Actors and Actresses Ensemble in the television or motion picture for the Monster Squad. And you won the Ensemble Award for Kids Incorporated. Congratulations. Now, Rudy is like next to Frankenstein, my favorite character in the movie. So
Nice. Hey, well, there you go.
ladies and gentlemen, the cool, the kick-ass not Rudy. Oh my god, see, look at me. I'm screwing up already. Ryan Lambert.
You can call me Rudy. Right.
How you doing?
Most people do. When we go to these conventions, they call me Rudy, so it's fine.
So the Monster Squad, I have to know, how were you picked for that role, or did you have to audition for it?
I auditioned just like anybody else, had to. It was a pretty simple audition. It was quick, meaning I didn't have much time to prepare. I was my mom had to drive me around at that time, so she said, they would tell her first, you have an audition for this role in this film called The Monster Squad, and here's the sides, which are, just little clips of like the pages that you'll read. And this is like the description of the character. And it basically just said, like, this is the cool kid. He wears a leather jacket. He smokes. He's James Dean, blah, 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 that whole thing. So I had a leather jacket. I had some Ray-Bans. My hair was like already spiked up from Kids Incorporated. I think I went from the set of Kids Incorporated to the audition. And I had, jeans on and the white t-shirt. I mean, I basically was wearing what you see in the film for the audition. So, I walked into the office, Penny Perry's casting director's office, and Fred Decker and Shane Black were sitting there, and I believe it was Shane that had a pack of Marlboros sticking out of his pocket. So I said, "Hey, can I bum one of those?" And like they looked at each other like, I don't know if we're supposed to give a 15-year-old a cigarette. I'm like, it says it in the script.
How old are you?
I was actually 15, and the character was 15. I was 15. So Yeah, so he gave me one. I lit it up. I did the scene, said thanks, and I left. And the next day, I was in school, and I got called to the office, and I was like, "Crap, what did I do?" I was in high school that this new high school. It was all new to me, and I went into the office, and my mom was standing there, and she goes, "Hey, Rudy," and I said, "What?" And she goes, "Hi, Rudy," and I said, "I got that thing." She's like, "Yeah, I have to take you out of school right now. We're going to wardrobe right now," and that was the last time I ever saw that high school.
Oh wow.
Yep.
Lady
The,
guys, woo! I'm off to be famous. Screw you guys.
I'm off to be in a rad movie where I kill a lot of monsters.
That's awesome. That's a good story. I love it. That's amazing. So during any time filming the movie, did you ever get a sense that Rudy was gonna be the most iconic character or the most iconic role? And he's like, yeah, this guy's badass. Everyone's gonna love him. All the girls are gonna fall at my knees.
That's what I wanted. um, I think more so it was like I was just excited to be a part of like an ensemble of kids and to actually be part of something that felt at the time while we were making it very Spielbergian. You kind of felt like you were a part of something bigger than you'd ever done before. So the sets were huge, the feeling was huge, the makeup was incredible. I was like, this is going to be, no pun intended, monster hit. We kind of felt that. And within that, I did have my own personal, oh man, there's going to be action figures and like, I'm going to be this like cool badass for the rest of my life. That didn't happen. So there was a sense of it, but it was more felt like I was part of something bigger, larger.
Well, you definitely hit that goal because the movie it stems today as one of the most iconic horror comedy movies ever, in my opinion, anyway. And how many other movies have
It's a classic. I mean, it definitely is whatever a cult classic means. It definitely has that label on it. Obviously, we all know it didn't do that well at the box office, and I mean, obviously, not didn't do that well. It totally bombed. I mean, it was out for like a week. It like lost like millions of dollars. It was heartbreaking, but the snowball effect of like this HBO, VHS, and word of mouth throughout the years has made it into some sort of like, bigger than life thing that we never could have imagined in our wildest dreams. It was over for us. I mean, it was done. We were done. Like once it bombed, we kind of all went back to our other. I went back to Kids Incorporated, and Andre went off and did his thing, and everyone went off in their own directions, and I eventually wound up quitting the acting world, the movie TV world, and focused more on the music. And that's basically what I've been doing since then till recently. So for me, like, it was just such a bizarre notion that this thing had created its own life, that there were fans out there that we had no idea. I didn't know that this was happening. I didn't know until about 2006 that people liked this movie. It was when Eric Vespi, who used to write for Ain't It Cool News and was linked to the Alamo Draft House in Austin, Texas, they wanted to do a screening of the film, and they got in touch with some of the actors, me, Andre, Ashley, and Fred Decker, the director, and asked us to come and say hi to the audience while, like, just do a Q&A. And I was like, for what? The Monster Squad? That thing I did when I was 15? This was 2006 when he asked. And they were like, yeah, it's my favorite movie ever. I'm like, that's good for you. Good for you. I live in San Francisco now, and I don't want to come to Texas. Like, I don't know how to get there. Oh, no, we're going to fly you out. We're going to put you up. We're going to feed you. It's going to be amazing. And I was like, okay, so wait. So then I just get up on stage and you're just going to ask me questions about the movie? Because I kind of can't remember that much. blocked it out or something. And he said, no, it's going to be huge. And I said, yeah, great. So I said, sure, I'll go. So I went, and I'm thinking, I'm on the flight there, and I'm like, there's going to be like 4 people there, but fine. This is fun. I get to take some time off, and I get to go chill out in a place I'd never been. Oh, actually, I've been to Austin one time before that, and then I got there, and it was 2 sold out nights during Easter weekend. It was like the Beatles. It was crazy. It was like people were like screaming and yelling out lines, and I'm like, what is happening here? What is going on? Why is this? Where were you back then?
Welcome to the convention circuit.
Well, yeah, I bet. Well, that right after that, it was like, okay, now we're on the road, and the screenings were happening all over the place, and it's just snowballed since then. And then up until like until last month, we've been doing stuff. So it's been pretty rad. Or last month. What was last month? December?
December, yeah.
The month before that.
So did you have fun playing Rudy in the movie? I mean, it looks like one of those roles that had to be fun playing.
It was there wasn't much room for like improv or anything like that. So I pretty much stuck to the script. But I think within that there was a definite play. There was a playfulness to it for me. I also had a lot of other things going on in my head about the character that other people maybe not would. I gave him like a backstory a little bit. Kind of hard to explain. The best way to explain it was when I was doing wardrobe, and they were putting different jackets on me. The wardrobe person was putting different leather jackets. Oh, let's see if this one works. Let me see if this one works. Okay, nah, not that one. I don't like that one. I don't like this one. And then she put this one on me, and I said, it doesn't feel like something I would wear. And she said, oh, well, you're not playing you. And I said, oh my God. I think that was the first time I realized what acting meant. I'm like, oh. So then I started going back and going, okay, who is this kid? And why are there lines in this script that say things like when Phoebe says, like, I heard he killed his dad. It's like, no one knows who this guy is.
What?
He's a complete mystery. Yeah. So it's like, who is he? What does he have a family? Like, does he, do they talk about things? No one talks about who this kid really is and where he actually comes from. And I always thought that maybe he was the one that got bullied, at his school or something, or when he was younger. And so that's why he's sticking up for the little guy, he sticks up for Horace because he's gotten bullied too. But these are just things that you do as an actor. You bring out your toolbox and you try to figure out something other than what it's flat on the screen. Oh, he's the guy with the leather jacket, so he must be a badass. It's like, yeah, that's what you're seeing, but there's a whole nother thing going on back here in the kid's head.
Right. So I think it was just
existential, man. It's existential.
I think in the script it was pure genius how the writers wrote how Rudy was using to gain membership into the Monster Squad just to watch the girl next door take her clothes off. That's like pure genius.
Well, that was the initial. That was the initial reason. I mean, I think the initial reason is because he was lonely and he wanted friends, and so when he was asked to be part of a club, he jumped on that. And then when he found out what was going on across the street and he could like peep on that, he was all in. And it was like all the coins. Throw all the coins. and then it became serious. Then it became a serious business. I mean, it became reality of what they were going to do. And he buckled up. He put on his loafers. He stole a bow and arrow, made some silver bullets, and went to work.
That bicycle you ride, the movie, man. Oh my God. It's a banana seat bike. That brings back memories. I was like, holy shit.
It's funny because I said to Fred Decker, I said, Jackie Earl Haley rides an actual motorcycle in Bad News Bears. And he was supposed, like, that character was supposed to be like 14. I said, I'm 15 and I'm riding a bicycle. And he goes, you can't ride a bicycle into a playground, or you can't ride a motorcycle into a playground.
Sure you
And
can.
so I was like, why not? I think what he wanted, it was because he wanted that iconic ET bicycle thing during the montage where they're
Right.
all riding the bikes, get to the next whatever they're doing. So Rudy couldn't be on a motorcycle. Let's, hey guys, catch up.
So during any time of the film, was there any like any oops moments, like, oh shit, was that supposed to happen? So
Happy accidents. Not really. It was really kind of meticulous. And people always ask us, like, was there any antics? Did you guys get into any, like, was there any playfulness on the set with you guys? Did you guys get in trouble? And I'm like, man, no. Like, if we got into trouble, we get fired. Like, it was, we got it, we're on the clock. We're working. We were professional actors. I know it sounds boring. It's kind of a boring tale, but at the same time, it's like, we had to get to work. There was a few little things. I mean, we had fun in between takes and stuff, but people have to also realize that we shot this during the school year, so we were on set, we were on school set. So we'd shoot a little bit, then we had to go do our math homework.
oh, that's
Like,
that's gotta suck.
yeah, that it did suck. But then, like, she would, our teacher, her name was Elise. She was amazing, very strict, but she let us play handball against the stage door after, when we'd be done with our homework or something like that. She let us go outside and play handball, and then they go, we need Ryan to the set. And I'd be like, damn. I'm like, what scene are we doing? I'm reading my, learning my lines on the way to this the actual set. So it was very, we had to work. We were working. I'd say the only thing that kind of happened that wasn't such an oops moment, but I think it's a fun story, is that so the set teacher is also sort of your guardian. Not, my mother was my guardian, but she's also sort of like the eyes and ears for the kids. And there's a scene where it's a shot of the treehouse, and you see, like, the kind of the curtain open, and like Rudy's with the binoculars come out of the treehouse, the window, and then it cuts to the interior, which is on a soundstage. But the actual tree house was actually built into a tree out in Santa Clara behind Six Flags Magic Mountain, which is now probably a development or something. But that was actually like a swamp area with a big tree, and they built the thing into it with, like, a ladder and everything going up to it. And the Fred said, Ryan, I want you to go up into the tree house, and I want you to just look out the window really quick with the binoculars. And the teacher said, no, that's a stunt, and I can't allow him to do that. And so Fred was like, what do? We can't get a stunt guy to do this, because I really want to get a good shot of, I wanted to see that it's actually Ryan up there. And it was really high up, higher than you think. And somehow they distracted the teacher. Like, Elise, we need you over here. Andre's like puking or something, I don't know. And Fred goes, go up in the tree. And I was like, am I okay? And I climbed up there, and, like, there was a guy up there because they needed lighting. So there was a lighting guy, and he was like, hi, how you doing? Just sitting in the corner. It was totally empty.
Creeper.
Didn't look like the treehouse. And he said, I'm here to, like, I'm gonna hold on to your legs while you go out the window. And so I did it really quick, and then Fred goes, cut, come down. So when you see that shot in the movie, just remember, I wasn't supposed to be doing that.
That unsanctioned movie.
Yeah. I was thinking of putting stuntman on my IMDb.
You should go for it. So that kind of explains, like, that because my next question was, were there any secrets you could tell to the audience about the movie? The way we just explained one, how the treehouse.
That's it. That's the secret. That's all you get.
Behind the scenes secrets.
I will tell you. I will give you a little bit of insight. I think I've told this story before, so it's not so much of a secret. But I actually gave Lisa Fuller a mixtape.
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Was it
Her
like
song on it There was some hardcore rock and roll on it for sure, but the first song on it was "Faithfully" by Journey.
Oh wow, that can't you can't
Don't
nothing,
tell anybody.
nothing better.
I just saw her not that long ago at a screening, and I asked her, and she goes, "Oh, I remember." I remember. She was dating some like big hunky football player or something at the time.
Oh,
Some
they're always
like
got
high school,
they always got to do the jocks. It's what a heartbreaker.
whatever.
I'm a cool guy with a leather jacket. I'm better.
Like, excuse me, what are you like? Come on. I was a
So
little twerp.
I know how I feel about the movie being 35 years old. I'm like, but how do you feel knowing it reached the 35-year anniversary?
It's man, I don't even know what to say. It's bizarre because when I go through my, my lifespan, like kind of like timelines, I always think like, oh, well, that happened at this point, and oh, the Monster Squad was only like 5 years before that I shot it, and then all of a sudden, like, I was in a band, and all of a sudden I, did, and then I was touring, and then all of a sudden I moved to San Francisco, and then this whole thing happened, and I moved to San Francisco in 2000, so in 2006 was when it happened again. I was like, didn't feel that long ago, all of a sudden, and now all of a sudden it's like, damn, that really wasn't that. It doesn't feel that long ago. I don't feel that old. I really don't. Um, Especially when we go to these conventions and like, the one thing about the thing I feel old about is when we're at these conventions and some family comes up to us with their little boy and they say, we love the Monster Squad. We are huge horror fans. You can tell, you can see it.
Yeah.
And this is our son, and now it's his favorite movie. So like they passed it down to the next generation, and he's like dressed as Sean. He's got the Stephen King Rules shirt on, or like someone's dressed as me, Rudy, and but then the funny thing was, at least once or twice this has happened. A family will come up with like a few kids, hi, and the woman is pregnant. And we go, up, the next generation coming up right there. Sure enough, 5 years later, there he is, like wearing a little Monster Squad shirt. It's like, oh my God. Like, and do you remember us? Yeah, is this little Max? You were gonna have little Max? This was Max. Like, here we go again, Monster Squad. It's like, I always say it's like it's never gonna die, and we love that. Thank you.
It's fantastic. I found the 20th anniversary edition in a record shop, and I had to I had to outbid somebody for that DVD because he grabbed it before I did. So I was like, I will double that price for that DVD.
Cover? What does the cover look like? I don't know which one that is. The 20th anniversary? Yeah, go grab it.
Here we go. Yeah, 20th anniversary disc.
Yeah, there it is. Yeah. Looks nothing like Sean.
Yeah, because the DVD was the story
on the cover.
Yeah, the DVD. The guy owned the store wanted $15 for it. I wound up paying 60 just to outbid this guy to get this damn DVD.
$60.
I was like, I must have that DVD.
I hear stories about kids when they were young, or guys when they were younger, like they rented it from the video store so many times that they wore it out and had to their parents had to purchase it. And I don't know, back then VHS, they were really expensive. If you had to buy, they were like $90. It was kind of crazy. So people would say like, well, I just wound up buying it. So I begged my parents for it, and they bought me the VHS, and then they're like, and here it is. Will you sign it for me? I'm like, wow, you still have this thing? It's like, it doesn't work anymore because I wore it out. It's like, the tape is totally fucked up, but it's just funny to see those things, and it's just, it's got the frayed edges and everything. It's not in great condition, but will you sign it for him? Like, of course. There you go. It's amazing.
I haven't played this DVD yet, but it's a cool thing to have in my room though, because the insert just says it all.
I don't know why that wasn't cover. Why did they make a new cover? That the poster of the thing is the thing that people recognize. So
And I don't know if you're familiar with video games, but it kind of looks like the cover for the game called Fable. I mean, I don't know.
What is it?
There's a computer game called Fable, and it looks
Fable.
just like the cover of Fable with the kid here holding the lantern.
Okay.
Yeah,
I'll check that out.
yeah. It's maybe Fable based off the cover. I don't know, but yeah, because Fable came in like 2000 something. So
Okay.
yeah,
I will take a look at that. Sure.
So next topic is your new movie, The Demons Within. I'm excited to see this. I really am, because I've already talked to Spencer and Stephanie, and
Right.
you play a character called Bishop Ligari. So
Yep.
can you tell us a little bit about that? And the producers gave me a go ahead on this, by the way. So
They give you
yeah,
you're allowed to talk about it.
just for just a little snippet of it. So
Okay. Yeah, Andre was already attached to it. And they kind of just threw me in the mix and said, you know, Andre and I were already going out on a tour together. We were already doing a different film in Texas together. So we just kind of like made this kind of loop of, you know, sort of like conventions, appearances, The Demons Within appearance, and then we went to Texas to do a film, a different film. But I got kind of thrown into the mix and just went out to Ohio and had this incredible time. I got to wear a full bishop uniform and wardrobe. That was rad. The one thing I asked Stephanie, I said, I'll do it. I'm in, but I have one preference. You have to kill me, because I've never done a death scene.
really,
I've never been killed on television or in a film, or never been killed. I want to die. And she goes, but then you can't be in the sequel. I'm like, no, but Andre and I could be in the prequel.
there you go.
That's just about Andre and I's character.
Yeah.
So we could do a whole nother thing. But so you have to kill me. So I believe I'm only in 2 scenes. But it was fun dialogue. It's fun dialogue. It was a fun set. It was just like a kind of an immediate family feeling kind of thing.
Yeah.
We walked in, like it wasn't like catered from it, like someone's like family made like the food that's spread out, you know. It was just it was in someone's home that we shot it. And so in this small town, it was like kind of rainy, and I'm from Ohio, so not real. I mean, I was born there, so it's interesting to just make a film, and it's always interesting to make a film outside of like LA, New York, whatever. You're just kind of in the middle of nowhere with a group of people that just love the art, and they are passionate about it, and they just love what they do. And they really were appreciative of us being there. And we were really excited to be there. You know, we were like, oh, shut up. We love being here. This is amazing. You know.
Yeah, and I was also authorized to add a small scene with you at this interview to add to my video. So I was given the green light for that as well. But Stephanie,
it's Stephanie's baby. She can have whatever she wants.
And she wanted me to ask you about the Alka-Seltzer.
That was fucked up. I did not know that was happening. I hope it didn't fuck up the whole thing. She wanted, because I don't want to spoil anything, but
no, if you don't want to, you don't have to. That's fine. So I get it.
Well, I don't know if Stephanie, I don't know, I guess you can cut it out. Well, I guess this is live. The demons choke. Spencer's choking me, and Stephanie wanted my mouth to foam. She wanted, like I'm, possessed now and going to die. And in the middle of the take, I'm going, she's got me against this wall. And I'm going, and Stephanie comes into the scene and throws an Alka-Seltzer in my mouth. And I'm like, I go, and I spit it out. I'm like, what was that? It was like, oh man, I wanted you to like foam, and I wanted it to be all surprised and everything. It didn't work because I was almost puked.
Wow.
So I said, let's do it again. If you want to try it again. She was, no, it's okay. I wanted it to be a surprise.
So I've got
So
two
it was fun.
favorites. I got two favors to ask of you.
They might have got a snippet. They might have got a snippet of like some foam, and then they could cut. But I don't know. It's disgusting. Putting a raw Alka-Seltzer in your mouth and it starts foaming, and like I was like,
I bet I can't stand the taste of Alka-Seltzer. I don't know how you did it, but
yeah. I think if she would have told me, I would have just done it, because there's this thing that like um that I have about acting. It's like I'm like terrified of heights, like terrified. Like my knees start wobbling and stuff. But if I'm doing a movie and they're like, "Hey, climb up that gigantic ladder to the top and then like go like this," I'd be like, "Shit," and you just do it.
I'm
I
getting
was
paid.
just
Might as well.
getting paid. I might as well do it, and it's all for the sake of art, kind of thing. That's how I always look at it. Like you got to get the shot. So I was in Texas doing another film. I won't say the name or the director because I think he's trying to keep it under wraps. But there was a scene where I'm like basically dying, and I get to die again in another movie. And it was supposed to be in this grassy knoll, and it was but he was like, "Well, this looks better," and it was just like basically a swamp, mud, like just mud. If you step in it, your shoe would go, through the whole thing. We're talking spiders, worms, any kind of bug you can imagine, snakes, like lake snakes. It was just like this whole thing. And he goes, "I want you to lay down here in the mud for the entire scene." And like I hate spiders, I hate bugs, like whatever. And I just did it. And I was in there for like an hour and 45 minutes at least, just laying there. I saw like spiders crawling on my arms, and like just
No, thanks.
for the sake of the art, man, for the sake of the art. I was crying inside. I was dying. I'm like, I'm dying. I can't believe this happened.
Well, since we're kind of running out of time, I have two favors to ask you. I need to hear Rudy's.
I'm not singing the Kids Incorporated theme song.
No, I don't care about that. I need to hear Rudy's. I need to hear Rudy's famous tagline in the entire movie.
Okay. Which one is that?
Well, I'm in a damn club, aren't I?
Well, you just said it. There you go.
Oh, well, you do it better.
I'm in the goddamn club, aren't I?
There you go. And a friend of mine, he's a very talented photographer, but he's a huge Monster Squad fanboy. And his name is Christian Levins. And I just want to give a quick shout out real quick. Just say hi. Christian Levins.
Name.
Yes.
Christian. Hey man. It's me, Ryan Lambert, Rudy from the Monster Squad. My message to you is go fuck yourself.
But he would love that.
Christian, I love you. I love you, Christian. Thank you so much. I want to see your photography.
I will give him your. He's on Facebook, so I'm sure. I'll just let him know. So
I'm an Instagram guy. Okay, I'm an Instagram guy. So he can Instagram me. He can Instagram me.
Well, that's all I have. Thank you so much. You've been very awesome, and this has been a fantastic interview, and I had fun. And I'll definitely keep in touch with you. So,
yeah,
you're freezing. Oh,
man, love you, man. Have a good day.
Have a good weekend. You have a fantastic weekend.
Finally here.
And remember, the Wolfman's got nards.
He does.
It's been brought to my attention that you've requested the ancient text of the rite of exorcism.
Is this about the girl at the hospital we spoke of?
Doesn't matter. The church has a process. It must be followed.
Father, this girl needs my help. There's no time for process. I fear for her life and her soul.
Father Patrick and I were discussing the girl. You have no experience. You have no training in exorcism. The church cannot, it will not approve of this.
Has she undergone a psyche vow?
That's something I'd have to find out.
Her mother asked me to come to their home.
Go to the home. Gather as much information as you possibly can, and then you come back to me. You're not going there to perform an exorcism, Gabriel. Bless her indeed. But do not do anything that you are not ready for.
You'll be in my prayers, my friend. Faith over loyalty. That's a hard decision to make.